We have discovered stem cells something like about 20 years ago, but ancient Chinese medicine already knew about stem cells thousands of years ago. I am Christian Dreo, stem cell scientist and herbalist. After publishing my book, Cracking the Stem Cell Code, some years ago, I got a phone call from a lady. She was a professor of traditional Chinese medicine and had worked all her life in the history of traditional Chinese medicine. She was committed to no end. She learned Chinese to be able to go and read ancient Chinese literature, and her main interest was to study what happened in the transition between ancient Chinese medicine and what is called today traditional Chinese medicine. Because ancient Chinese medicine was sort of a collection of opinion written by prestigious people, and if somebody was very well known for practicing this art of medicine, whatever their opinion is becomes science. So that was their science, their development of Chinese remedies. So in the transfer to traditional Chinese medicine, when all of these opinions were gathered into one big book, her question was, is there anything that was lost? And she found a number of things, but what we talked about, my discussion with her is that she was talking about, there is a notion called the Jing. So everybody has heard about the Qi, but there is the Jing, which is your vital force. And in ancient Chinese medicine, there were two Jings. Primordial Jing, that is present on the day of your conception. It's the vital force that is used when your embryo is starting on day one. And then when you're born, you have your postnatal Jing, that is your vital force during your entire life. And she said, as I was describing in my book, embryonic stem cells and adult stem cells, she said the description of both of them fit the description of the primordial Jing and the postnatal Jing. So I asked her, are there plants to support the Jing? And she says there are two plants, essentially in traditional Chinese medicine, to support the Jing. It is Shou Wu that will stimulate the Jing, and Goji Berry will circulate the Jing. So I got these ingredients, I went to the lab, and we discovered that Foti stimulated the release of stem cells from the bone marrow, and Goji Berry stimulated the migration of stem cells out of the blood into the tissue, absolutely reflecting what ancient Chinese medicine was saying about these two plants, which means that ancient Chinese medicine already had an understanding for these two principles of embryonic stem cells and adult stem cells without necessarily being able to identify them under a microscope, but conceptually they already tapped into this. I just think it is so fascinating when you get into the deep of today's science and you confirm what already was there thousands of years ago. I find it fascinating.